Welcome to our board member spotlight, where we get to know the leaders guiding the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce. I'm Kaylin Risvold, President and CEO of the Naperville Area Chamber of Commerce, and today's spotlight shines on Mario Lambert, who's the Vice President of Business Development at Populus Group and also the chair of our board of directors here at the Chamber of Commerce. Mario, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And I'm really excited to get into this conversation a little bit today. We are talking about our mission and vision. Can you share a story from either your personal or professional experience that really helps deepen your connection to our strategic plan, to our mission and vision here at the Chamber?
Yes. Well, as you know, we're here to move business forward. And it deeply ties to a philosophy that I have, a belief that I have. And that's that if we do business right, it can be a catalyst for good in the world. And that's very important to me. I know you've heard me say it before. And it's from growing up in my background, I had the benefit of being around some good folks, some business folks, whether it was through college or when I started my career, the right mentors and folks that showed me things that I didn't necessarily get exposed to in my normal community. So from that, I learned to be a better leader, a better coach, arguably a better husband and father. And I learned what it meant to volunteer and get involved in the community. So I have a big belief that through the Chamber, as we continue to move business forward and exposing other businesses and leaders to the benefits to our community of people being involved, that we can multiply that, what I was able to get the benefit of for many others. And that's very exciting for me.
It is really exciting. And I think sometimes, even when I grew up, you think of business as this abstract thing or these big businesses. You're not thinking of, hey, that store is paying my neighbor's mortgage. It's employing this. It's helping support our schools and how the business ecosystem, really, businesses are a strong part of our ecosystem. The stronger businesses, the stronger schools, the stronger community.
Yes.
And your ability to see that business is part of our community, I think is really inspiring.
Yes, thank you. And those were layers that I didn't necessarily see at first, but the more I'm involved in business, the deeper I'm involved with the Chamber, I see how it's all interconnected. And it's so inspiring to know that we can control more of our own destiny here on the local level if we just do good, for each other. And then we do good to set the example for the next future generations, which is also a big part of our strategic plan, succession planning, whether that's for the next 2 to 4 years with our board or reaching into at the high school level, and exposing those students to who we are and the benefits there too. It's all related.
Yeah, I love it. And having your leadership be so interconnected and community focused. One thing in Naperville that we're really fortunate to have that I don't think everyone knows is the way our systems work and our leaderships and our organizations work together. We're very fortunate to have great relationships with the city of Naperville, with the park districts, the public library, economic development. There's so many different groups. We have such a complementary relationship, whereas many other cities don't have that. They're very competitive, but the way that we blend and that we complement each other is due in large part to leaders like you who see that benefit.
Well, thank you. And that's going to take a lot of intentional effort because, as you know, that can change in a matter of 2 years where we don't have the right focus of what we want to accomplish as a board, where we don't have the right focus of what type of work we're doing in the community. We take our eye off of it, it could change. And maybe that's what some of the other chambers are experiencing. But I believe that we're very intentional about this engagement. We sit and we look and see where are there gaps and where might there be opportunities to find a different pocket or a different partner within the community that can add value to us so that we can continue to be very inclusive. And that's going to take tremendous effort and tremendous focus for us to continue that path. And I know that we're going to continue to do that.
And you are a volunteer. You are a volunteer leader within our chamber, chairing the board of directors and being a leader of our strategic plan of our organization and of our community.
Yes.
What does leadership mean to you? And what type of leader do you think you are?
Yes. Well, leadership is a tremendous responsibility to start. And I believe that strong leaders have great clarity on where they're going, but also clarity on where they are. And if we have a good grip on where we are, and we surround ourselves with good, influential people that are on the same page about the direction, with a shared belief and a shared mindset about where we're going, we can accomplish a lot together. So ultimately, I believe leadership is about being influential. It's about being helpful. It's about being a guide. And it's also about being involved and demanding about what's right and write according to the mission of the organization. And you know, Kaylin, we've been faced with difficult decisions that we've had to be a part of, where we've had to look in the mirror and ask ourselves, are we making a decision based on what's best for the organization? Or maybe what's satisfying a momentary feeling or thought. And leadership is being bold enough to stand in those spaces to declare what's most important, you know, based on the mission. So again, I'm thankful to be a part of this.
I'm grateful for your leadership, not just in helping us stand in those moments, but this infectious energy you have. In our board meetings, at chamber meetings, people want to help you. And I'm very grateful for that leadership and that energy that you have.
Thank you.
And that purpose.
Thank you.
One thing that we can talk about when we talk about purpose is how you're continuing to learn about what you want to do and how you want to lead. Are there any professional books, podcasts that you would recommend as people look to step more into leadership?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm definitely a student of some great mentors that I've had in my business life, people that I've dealt with directly, but in answering about books and podcasts that everyone would have access to. I'm a student of Patrick Lencioni. There's a book that he wrote called The Advantage, 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. There's many others that gave me basically a playbook of how I lead, how I drive clarity, and so on. You know, I think of Simon Sinek and you know, his focus on why and the podcast that he does. There's also another great podcast that I follow all the time by Lewis Howell, and it's called Greatness. The School of Greatness is the name of it. And I pick up so many, you know, positive things from that. You brought up positive energy. In this world that we're in right now, it's so easy to get sucked into the wrong type of energy. So I do a lot of work to make sure that I'm focused on what's most important, the clarity of where we are, clarity of where we need to be, and then what is it going to take to get there. So I try to fill my mindset with as much positive vibes and being intentional about what I'm thinking about and what I'm reading and what I'm listening to. And so those are some of the materials that are important to me.
I love that. And one last question I'm going to throw in there. One thing that's been really awesome to see is how you bring your family to so many different events. You're talking about how you bring your whole self where you're going. Your family and your faith seems to really guide you. And how is it bringing your family, and why do you bring them places, and what does that do for you?
Well, there's a lot of deep meaning to that. You know, I believe that I have been fortunate and guided and coached with people that have believed in me to help me get into rooms and spaces that my family didn't have access to growing up. And so now I feel that it is a responsibility that I have to be in those spaces, but create opportunities to bring others with me, whether it's a blood-related family member, somebody that came from the same zip code that I may have come up in, or somebody that has heritage similar to mine, or just maybe even other folks that I have worked with or gone to school with that may be motivated or inspired to want to know, hey, where is that you're having the opportunity to be and be a part of? So I take tremendous responsibility in creating space to bring others that are ambitious, that have good values, that are seeking to do good for others, to open up the space to see how they can contribute. And it really goes into my ultimate belief that I believe that great teams have representation of a lot of folks from different areas. So it all feeds into my belief system. So I'm glad that you noticed that. I am very intentional. I don't want to go into any community that I'm at now or that I used to be in, and somebody says that, oh, he's not representing who I thought he was. It's very important to me to be authentic in every space that I'm in. So again, I'm thankful that you noticed that.
Absolutely. And to be honest, it's an honor to have your family there, because when you show up and bring your family, it's like you are proud of everything we're doing.
Yes.
And so that is just a whole different layer.
Yes, thank
that you may not realize of everything you do with intention, but there's so many other ripple effects. We're very grateful for your leadership.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. A little peek behind the curtain of who you are as well. And thank you for joining us with this board member spotlight with Mario Lambert. We appreciate your story and your inspiration to our business community and to our chamber.